back to the Uncle Ron channel, my skillets. We had to start this video off a little on the quiet side because it was early in the morning. And Miss Shawn, she was still asleep. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't need none of that heat. So we just started off kind of quiet with a little bit of B-roll, but let me go ahead and tell you what we got going on now. Boston butt, a whole chicken, spatchcock, baked beans, and we're gonna do some potatoes. Right now, we got everything going. You know what? Before we go any farther, let me show you. Let me show you what we got right now. What happened was, in the middle of cooking, and I was working on an experiment with my, can you see it? It's my yummy thermometer you can cook with, Bluetooth with your phone. It shows the temperature. So I'm looking at my phone and I see the temperature dropping, and I'm like, this is really weird. I don't think this thing's working right. And I came out here to check it, and sure enough, I was about out of charcoal. I didn't really check it this morning. I just lit what was in there. It kept on going, but so we had to, when I say we, I mean me, take all the food off and get some more charcoal and clean out the ash and the whole 9 yards that I should have done this morning when I first started. So anyway, we back up to temp. We run a little bit behind, and now we're gonna do a little comparison between the Yummly and then the thermometers that I usually use. So what we got on our phone, I'll do a screenshot real quick, kind of show you where we're at and what the other thermometers say we're at. So right now, our internal temperature is at 136. We dropped about 15, 20 degrees when I was changing out the charcoal. Now we're just now getting back up to heat. And it's probably costed a good hour and a half on the cook, I bet you. Easy. But anyway, let's see how the Yummly compares to the thermometers that we usually use. See which one's more accurate, which you really can't tell because one of them could be off and you don't even know. So here we go. So our Yummly is showing internal 136. This thermometer, it's not showing very clear on there. Showing 138. I think that's pretty close. The ambient temperature is 306 on the Yummly. Let's see what our ambient temperature is on a handy dandy. Woo. Man, hold on. I think I'm fogging everything up. Alright, you may have to take my word for it. Let's see if we can get it without fogging. Nope, we can't. But our ambient temperature is reading about just a tad under 300, so I'm gonna call that pretty daggum close. So Tanner brought it to my attention the other day that I never put this recipe on YouTube. This has been like a go-to potato recipe for me for years. So we're gonna start off, we're gonna cut us up some potatoes, just in little slices. I'd say they're about 1/2 inch thick. Hold on, I'll get you a little closer so you can see better. Now that we've got them cut up into little slices like this, we're just gonna stack them up and we're gonna cut them this way and this way. And we're just gonna have a bunch of little chunks of potatoes about yay big. Just like that. Pretty simple, pretty simple. Now that we've got our potatoes cut up, we're gonna drizzle some olive oil on top of them. Probably a couple tablespoons maybe. And we're just gonna slosh them around for a minute, get them good and coated in that olive oil. Then we're gonna take a pan, baking pan of any type, put our potatoes in there. I like to kind of smooth them around where they're not stacked up a lot on each other, but if they are, it really doesn't seem to matter. Now let's season them bad boys up. Now I've cooked these, man, literally a million times over years, and I don't think I've ever seasoned them exactly the same way. So you use the seasonings that you like to use. You can go salt and pepper, anything really. The only consistent is the ranch, powdered ranch. And I always put some powdered ranch on there. So we'll start with that first. And we'll just give them a good little coat. And today, since I've been just crazy lately with the hardcore carnivore, let's go ahead and give them a little dusting of that. Not a lot, just a little dust on there. And then we're gonna go back with our dough's eat place. Y'all see me put this on steaks. Y'all see me put it on top of bread. It's been kind of my everything season lately too, so let's go ahead and hit it with that. And from here, once we get to the point that it's cooked, we're ready to eat, if anybody wants to add some salt or pepper to it, they're more than welcome to. That's gonna be our base. One more thing. We're gonna cover the pan in aluminum foil. We're gonna put it in the oven about 400. Usually I cook them on 400. And they probably take about 45 minutes. I usually just pull the tin foil back, stick a fork in them. When they're tender, they're done. And then we'll take the aluminum foil off, leave them in there for probably another 5-10 minutes, and get the outside crispy. So that's a pretty simple way to go about it. All right, let's go check on our Boston butts and our chickens. Now that we've got our whole chicken done, a little spatchcock chicken here, we're gonna wrap it up in aluminum foil. We're gonna put it in a cooler. It's about 3:30. I'm gonna say the chicken's been on there about 6 hours, and the Boston butt's cooking a little on the slow side. So we're just gonna let it sit in the cooler where it stays nice and warm. And we'll get to working on some baked beans next, guys. I almost forgot the appetizer that I was gonna make today. Luckily, I think I remembered just in time because it only needs to be on the smoker for about an hour, maybe a touch more. But we're making smoked cream cheese. Yep, that's it. So let me bring y'all in a little bit closer so y'all can kind of see what we're doing. Now this is gonna sound crazy to you. 2 blocks cream cheese. We're gonna cut us some little scores across the top like this. Go both ways with it. Let's do both of them. There we go. We're gonna go with some hotty toddy barbecue crew. top. Probably doesn't hurt to get the sides either. So far I've just done this with the top. Then we're gonna add us some sweet rubber mine. And we're gonna get them out there on the smoker. Alright, so we got our Boston Bud up to 165. Now we're gonna wrap it. Now for the last 20 years or so I've been cooking Boston Buds. I've been wrapping in aluminum foil. Last year, I kind of fell in love with butcher paper. Not saying it's the right way, the wrong way, better or worse, but we're gonna wrap this bad boy up in some butcher paper, and then we're gonna put it back out there on the smoker so we can get that temp up around 203, 205. All right, guys, hang tight. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get these baked beans ready. We got a pound of ground beef, an onion, a couple of sweet peppers, and a can of Bush's baked beans. Let's get to cooking. Let's go ahead and get our ground beef. We're gonna brown it up in the pan. And we're gonna mix our little peppers and onions. Cook them down low. Step one. So you always gotta make sure when you're cooking something, it's gonna take a long time to make some snacks for some people that might get hungry while they're waiting on you to finish up your cook. So we got our smoked cream cheese on one of them. We're gonna put some Captain Rodney's. Do a little taste test. See which one we like the best. Ooh, ooh. The Captain Rodney's looks pretty good. I mean, even the dogs are over there fighting over it. So let's take a bite. That's killer, guys. Make this. Make this. If you don't make anything else I make tonight, make this one. Now we got our ground beef and our peppers and our onions cooked up good. We drained them, got all the grease out of there. We're gonna add our 1 can of Bush's baked beans. Then we're gonna hit them up with a little rendezvous seasoning. We're gonna hit them up with a little hottie toddy. And then add some of the Heath Riles tangy barbecue sauce. And we're just gonna turn them on low and let them simmer until the rest of our food's ready. All right, guys, it's time for the taste test. Let's go with the chicken first, because the barbecue is still out there and probably gonna be for another hour at least. What do you do? You always make some chicken, because you can nail some chicken, dude. How about them potatoes we cooked for Tanner? Yep. Those are good always. Baked beans. I'll eat them. So until next time, or like an hour from now, when the barbecue's ready, we might do another taste test. Hang tight. So, if you sat through this whole video, you need a fucking drink. Just like on Ron. So I pulled the Boston Bud off the grill. And actually I did it last night. Cause it was like 9 o'clock before it ever came up to temperature. So look, don't listen to any of us internet cooking fools. Shit gets screwed up. Anyway, hang tight. We got a disruption. Hey baby. So I don't even remember where I was at before I so rudely interrupted. Maybe I was explaining to y'all how screwed up this cook wound up being on this Boston Bud. So I didn't pull it off last night till late, and man, I was so tired. I threw it in the refrigerator, just like this, like just threw the whole damn thing in the refrigerator. I was tired of cooking. So here's what we got now. A big old refrigerated Boston Bud that we're gonna chop up and make nachos out of for the big game tonight. But see, I don't know if y'all can see, but all this other food I cooked, it came out pretty good. This right here, I think it's gonna be taco meat. Hold on, let's taste the cold. Shit. Okay. That came out pretty good. Didn't come out on time. If I had people coming over at 5 o'clock, eat, they'd have been screwed. Except for I threw that whole chicken on the grill. But now, we're gonna cut some meat up. We're gonna vacuum seal some stuff. Have things ready for like tacos and chili and that kind of stuff. And other than that, this video is finally over. Until next time, Uncle Ron loves you. I know, I just chopped up with a fucking hatchet.